chance you have no chance. If you had a chance, you need to run lickety split. But you can't run because you're the baddest. Well, Ric Flair, you know what? I'm not a normal looking athlete myself. You know what I'm talking about? I've been in the years of line. It's a privilege and an honor to walk out with Ole Anderson, Lex Luger, and the Omelet tomorrow night.
I am not a happy camper. What is Bully Ray's motivation? You know I know he loves sugar. But I check my pocket. I don't have no donuts. I don't have no cheeseburger. I know you love sugar, but I ain't got none.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man. And I'm saying, woo, right here in Nashville, Tennessee, pal. I'm the man.
Look at a match for the total package like Luger and Super Brawl. Super Saturday? What is it? I don't even know what it's called. What is it called?
Super Brawl Saturday.
Super Brawl Saturday?
You don't lose faith in winners. And Ric Flair, day in and day out, every day of his life, just keeps winning and winning and winning.
Ric Flair! New York City, Ric Flair! You're gonna find out what hard is all about! I do exactly what I want to do. You say I'm insane, I say thank you very much!
Make a good lucha.
I hate that! Hit the deck! Yes! We love you, Scott Steiner!
Today, woo, I've got the style and profile like never before.
You guys talk about being students of the game. I am the game, JR.
What is going on, everybody? Hello out there. How's everybody doing tonight? It's Wednesday night. I am Boxman. Hope everyone is doing well. Riding alongside me as usual, I got the man, the myth. It is Smark. What is up, brother?
Ooh, what's going on, good sir? How are you today?
I'm good. I'm trying to figure out what my son's looking for in here. What you looking for, bud?
Yes.
He's looking for yes. I've never... If anyone
the band,
I don't know. Yeah, hey, maybe, I don't know. Possibly.
big like 80s synth pop fan. He's a big Razor fan as well.
He actually does like 80s music and old classic rock. He actually does. Matter of fact, the first song I played tonight was Thin Lizzy, Jailbreak, and this kid here, that's one of his favorite songs. I would say his favorite song, what would you say, Logan? Mr. Roboto by Styx?
Yeah, I kind of like Killer Queen or...
Killer Queen, see?
Or Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody, this is my kid. I have done something correct in my life. So,
there you have it.
I'm doing something right as a parent. If my kids know the music that my son just said, I'm doing something right, in my opinion, at least.
Cats in the Cradle and Silver Spoon.
He didn't mention that. Okay.
That's like my default reference anytime there's a tender father-son moment.
When you coming home, Dad, I don't know. All right, I know the song. I do. Anyway, Smark, how are you, my friend?
I am just A-okay. We're transitioning. Halloween is over.
Yes.
The way too early Christmas folk are already coming out.
Oh, my God. I'm telling you, man. I will tell you, though, we went to a nice little neighborhood, me, the kids, with the wife, obviously. And we went to a nice little suburban neighborhood, which I didn't even know there were any around here. Look, hey, there's one around here. And lots of the houses had candy for the kids and shots for the adults. I had already done my damage. I couldn't do any shots, but I passed out at 9:30 on fucking Halloween.
God bless. Yeah, I've been there. I've been there before. This is setting the table for an interesting discussion later, but I feel you on that one. I was a little bit curious because this is first Halloween in quite a few years in a different locale than the one I'm normally used to. No trick-or-treaters this year, unfortunately. I've seen a lot of people were talking about they had bought like a bunch of candy and just there were no trick-or-treaters. So I guess there's still people that are a little bit nervous about going out and getting involved in activities, but...
Well, you weren't in the small town of Princeton, Texas suburbs.
I was not.
It was rocking. I mean, the houses were all decorated, awesome. It was really cool. Parents out scaring kids and having fun. And like I said, people were giving out shots, and it was a cool time. It was I'm definitely going back next year to that neighborhood, and I'm like, I'm not drinking before. I say that.
Yes, I've also said that phrase many times.
That's a year away. But yeah, I hope everybody had a happy and safe Halloween. I'm glad you did. Eric will be joining us in a few minutes. He'll hop on in the old Skype-a-roo when he's ready. We've already got him in the call, so he can just jump right on in. I guess in the meantime, I guess we can do plugs. We do have a lot. I didn't think we had a lot to get into tonight. But it turns out we actually do have a pretty good amount to get into, so I guess we will go ahead and get rolling, which means plugs, which means I probably should have had a song put in here before I mentioned doing plugs, but I didn't. So bear with me for just a second here. I'm grabbing a song. I'm popping it in here. Here we go. All right, let me go ahead and knock these as usual. All right, the High Marks, Cheeseman, Mojo, G-Wiz. You guys should be checking them out. If not, G-Wiz, what is wrong with you? Check them out 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Sundays. Mixler.com/MetalMit Network. That's right, 2 T's Mit. Mixler.com/MetalMit Network is where you can find them. And of course, you got Bobby Anthem, Bobby Blades. They're the Inhumans. Check them out on the Inhuman Experience. All the usual podcast platforms. And of course, Eric will be joining us. Don't forget to check him out on Unscripted Wrestling Podcast. I believe if you go on, actually, I know if you go on Blog Talk, look up EUP, Everything Unscripted Podcast Network. He's right there. And let's see here. We've got Stephen Milan, of course, always out there. He's sharing the show. It's greatly appreciated. Check him out on Letterboxd, boxd.com/Stephen Milan. There's 2 L's in Milan. Check him out reviewing films. And Hollywood Hangout, also reviewing films. I will be back this week, Saturday night, 8:30 p.m., 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time on mixer.com/Hollywood-Hangout. There you go. Smart.
That's right. Mondays, 8:30 p.m. on the Metal Mid Podcast Network on the Mixler machine. It is Cheese on Sports with Cheeseman, G-Wiz, Luke Burge, and myself. We are talking the UFC. We're talking the NFL. The Atlanta Braves won the World Series last night. We will not be talking about that because baseball is boring. But for everything else, be sure to check us out. Sundays, also 2:30, I believe it is now. If I am wrong, you will correct us. But 2:30 p.m. on Sundays, Metal Myth Podcast Network on the Mixer Machine. It is Mo Dirt City Machine Guns with Mojo and with Dirt. And last but never least, be sure to check out our friends at Planet Rack on Tour. It's the Planet Rack on Tour podcast with Bobby Anthem, Papa Dave, Sinclair, and Yuck Nasty. All 16 episodes of Season 1 are available as well as Season 2, so be sure to subscribe and take yourself a nice hit.
Yeah. All right. And we'll let Eric give his plugs at the end of the show because I need to get him to make a list. That's a lot of shows they do, man.
Mm-hmm. Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, I believe.
Whew. Too much for me, man. I need me a weekend. I need to get sloppy drunk and pass out in bed.
What up, boys?
That's what I do.
There you go. There's the party animal himself.
There you go. Yeah.
What's up, kids?
All right, there he is, Eric, right here. All right. Well, Eric,
Yes, sir.
Damn good timing. How you doing? How was your Halloween, sir?
Okay. How about yours?
It was all right. I was telling Smark a little about it. Walked into a nice little neighborhood, giving out shots for the adults, candy for the kids.
Nice.
Can't beat that. One guy was actually like a full bartender. I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's like the movie Cocktail.
Wow.
Guy's out there pouring fucking real drinks. I'm like, my God, this is pretty. I can't wait to come back here next year, at least a quarter sober.
Yeah, our neighborhood was pretty quiet.
See how I already changed that, Smark?
I like how you just giving yourself more realistic expectations.
I'm sorry, Eric. What was that?
Our neighborhood was pretty quiet. Nobody actually came to our house. I mean, we had candy, we had lights on, but nobody even came to our house.
Yeah, no, we had no one come to our house. We had lights on. We have we're like the only house here decorated on this like block, and I'm like, oh, babe, please don't put out the Thanksgiving turkey blow up thing, please. And of course, it's already out and ready to go. We just need to take down. It's been raining here. We can't take down decorations, so she's gonna decorate for Thanksgiving too. Leave me alone.
She's a decorator.
Yeah, my house still isn't moved into 5 months later. Anyway, let's. We hadn't even started with news, Eric. That's a good thing. That was good timing on your part there, sir. So you know what? I guess we can start with. I guess I'll start with something nice and interesting. If anyone has ever heard of the magazine Fitness Gurls, Gurls, get it like fitness curls, but girls. Chelsea Green is on the cover.
Mm-hmm. She is very good looking.
She is amazing looking on the cover of this magazine. If you would like to pick this up, it might not be a bad idea. But I just thought I'd mention it because I saw the picture and I was like, good Lord.
Indeed. Yes, it's a very tasty, classy spread. But genuine error there. How about that? Fraudulent slip, indeed. I'll go ahead and post the rest of the pictures here in the old Mixler chat. So if that's not instead I don't know what is.
Yeah. I figured somebody would post this picture. I don't have like I said, I've got it on my little Word file here, but great picture. What did fucking Matt Cardona do right in the world? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
He's done something right in his life. He was like, yeah, go ahead, fire me. Look what I'm banging. Okay.
Are they married? No, they're not married yet.
No, not yet.
Yep, they're living in sin. He's yet to make an honest woman out of her.
Living in sin.
You know, we are a classy, respectable program here. We don't believe in the whole premarital sex thing.
I have a 13-year-old and I've been married 4 years. Okay, let's just keep going.
The whole irony.
Oh, I know.
If you closely follow some stories that I've told in the past, I might not be telling the truth here.
You never know. But that was my first little story right there, and like I said, I knew we weren't going to sit here and spend 30 minutes getting into that. I mean, if I would spend,
I couldn't last that long.
Talk about a Freudian slip. I'd spend about 5 hours getting into that. I would hope my ears would be sweating when I'm done. But anyway, Smark, why don't you grab one and go?
I indeed would love to.
No, I mean, this is getting worse.
We don't grab them, Box. Have you learned nothing over the years?
Please pick a story. No, that's not. Oh, my God. Please choose a story. Can you choose anymore? I don't know what to say.
I think you're allowed to choose.
Smart, just do something.
Well, here you go. Here's one. I guess since we're talking about positive things from one person who has had quite the level of success and luck with the old ladies to another one. EW Insider, there's a documentary coming out soon about one Rob Van Dam. It says Rob Van Dam documentary Headstrong to debut this month on Reelz. The Rob Van Dam documentary Headstrong will debut on 11/13 on Reelz on Saturday, November 13th at 8 p.m. Rob Van Dam Headstrong makes its Reelz premiere with the incredible real story of the fan-favorite professional wrestler who sets out to document his comedy. Comedy. I've seen those. not great, comedy tour, but instead must suddenly grapple with the physical toll of a career in wrestling when troublesome concussion symptoms arise. What follows is a real-time account of Van Damme's personal experience with concussion damage and his intimate journey to understand mental health.
Sponsored by High Times Magazine, I see. No, I'm joking. I'm joking about that one.
Probably is.
It might just be. Who knows? But yeah, it's going to be interesting how they approach this and everything. And I mean, obviously, Rob Van Dam is an advocate for the marijuana, if you will.
I've heard
a little bit of the weed, grass, as my dad still calls it.
The old jazz cigarettes.
The old Mary Jane, the old wacky tobacco. Eric, what do you think there, huh?
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. There you go. Maui Wowie. Good one, Eric. Good one. Okay. So, yeah. I mean,
I don't condone that.
I don't condone it for anyone other than myself also. I mean, I'm going to probably take a hit in just a few seconds here, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they tackle everything. Headstrong, good name for it. And it'll be cool. Like I said, it looks like they're going to get into some of his ECW stuff. Looks like they're going to... I didn't know he was about to be a comedian instead of being a wrestler.
He's been doing that on and off, actually. He had that RVD TV show where I think it was just like on YouTube, and then he charged people money for a DVD of it. And hey, people actually bought it, I guess. I had that DVD somewhere. I won it. They were doing a contest on old In Your Head. Check them out. And I won that. And I had it with me, and I don't know. I don't think it made the move, but it was kind of interesting. He's been doing comedy back and forth for a couple of years now.
Didn't like him and Ziggler have a show together for a while or something? I thought they did. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe. I know, Ziggler has done it before. Ziggler's done it. Foley's done it. Piper did it before he passed away. There was a lot of comedians that were, or not comedians, but wrestlers that were dipping their toe into the comedy water.
Ah, the old toe in the water thing.
Mm-hmm. And you want to make sure that you don't spill comedy water on the floor. That shit is impossible to clean up.
No, definitely don't do that. But as I'm watching, or looking at this thing, I'm watching the ad on the left there for the Queen Family Sing-Along tomorrow on ABC at 8/7 Central. I might have to see what that's all about with Adam Lambert.
Oh, boy.
Might have to let my kids see that. He was just mentioning Queen songs.
I don't know. I can't get behind that. Like, Queen's fine, but without Freddie Mercury, I have the same problem with, like, all of the bands that move on without their lead singer. Like, we've talked about this countless number of times now, but
yeah,
fucking Sublime and Leonard Skinner and all of them. It's not the same thing. And I understand, other people got to eat, but.
Well, at least Leonard Skinner had a family member still doing it.
True.
Then they did. Queen Adam Lambert's pretty good, man. I do like it. He is pretty good. He's not Freddie, but he's Freddie enough.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Freddie light. Anyway, I guess back to Rob Van Dam. It'd be interesting to see this, and it debuts on Reelz. I can probably find it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, I don't have cable, so. But I'm sure I can find Reelz. I know it's on, you know what? I know it's on DirecTV because my parents get that channel, and my dad watches old cowboys on Reelz, I think.
Oh, yeah, there's plenty of dedicated Western channels, both on TV and streaming.
Oh, yeah. My dad loves the old Westerns. So,
all
right. Where else are we going to go from there? So I guess we know Rob Van Dam. Check it out. Yeah. November 13th.
RVD.
Oh, wait, this is going up again November 13th. This is going up against Full Gear.
Full Gear. That's right.
Choose wisely, folks. Choose wisely.
Oh, I know what I'm watching.
Well, if you're a member of Extreme Wrestling Torrents, you know what to do. Anyway. It'd be really
would be a great sponsor for the show.
It'd be a really interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how they highlight Katie Forbes in this. But Guess we'll see.
Hopefully with the brightest possible highlighter that you could pick.
Oh, she is.
A nice neon green, perhaps.
She's still pretty hot, though. Anyway, let's move on from Rob Van Dam. And I guess we can go from there. I guess, you know what, let me see something. What do I have here? We're going to get into the Moxley thing later. Get into that. That'll be the last thing we get into, I'm sure. I don't have that much news, so you guys actually have a little more than me. And Eric, 2 of yours I couldn't get into because I'm not a member of the group. It was hold on, I'll tell you which 2, and you can pull them up there and copy and paste if you need to. Here, hold on, let me go up here. And it was, I know it was the Solid Monster. I left that group a while ago. I can't do it. I just can't do it. I can't deal with those people.
Oh, you don't like them? I mean, they're okay.
Yeah,
They are.
They're an interesting bunch over there in that group. Solid Monster is awesome. I listen to them, but that group is.
No, I get it. I have a hard time.
Yeah.
Too.
That group's a bunch of little pansies. I'll just say it. I'll just flat out say that group's a bunch of little pansies. It really is. But anyway.
I have considered joining that group just to see how long it would take me to get banned.
I wouldn't bother. But I wouldn't bother. Just don't waste your time.
You lazy afternoon. You just troll some people for a couple hours till you get banned.
Don't waste a.
There's one from I'm sorry.
Oh no, the first one, Everything Wrestling or something like that. I don't have Messenger pulled up, and I don't want to start pulling up websites right now because PW Insider is still loaded up, and my God, if you load something up with that, and who knows what's going to happen.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. The first one you had sent me, so that one too. And
Eric Bischoff been in fire as of late. Eazy-E had enough Tony shit. I almost wish I could reboot WCW just to show Tony Khan how it's done. I want to have a comedy champion. Or make fans wait 3 years for a payoff to story. I could restart WCW tomorrow. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, right.
And get more viewers than AEW. Not an opinion, it's a fact, okay. Khan isn't a genius, he's lucky. Okay. I mean, I'm not saying he's a genius, but okay.
No, I mean, let's face it. Who would you start WCW with right now that could really make a roster that's going to go up against what AEW is doing right now? Who? What you going to bring Hulk Nash and Scott Hall back and
fucking Van Hammer, brother?
I mean, Jesus Christ, who are you going to bring back at this point that's going to turn the fucking needle? AEW or WWE has everybody at this point. Enough, Eric. Enough.
I do love the idea that he starts off his tirade by being like, if I can bring back my dead company, I would show them a thing or two. Well, would you? Because they still have a company and you don't.
Well, he's sitting there telling Tony needs to shut up. Eric, Mirror, take a peek. Mirror.
They stopped paying him, and he was trying to get back with it.
I mean, he just can't shut up. No, you could not start WCW back up right now. And first of all, good luck getting the rights from Vince. Okay, let's be honest here.
I would actually love to see that, like a fucking WCW reunion show, like Evan Courageous versus Shannon Moore in the main event. They both got fucking guts and gray hair.
Oh, Moore's all tattooed up now. He sure ain't the babyface he was over there in WCW.
What's funny is I actually meant to say Shane Helms, but both work.
Well, Shane Helms is a little heavier and older looking, but he can still go out there.
Yeah, he's the better of the three at this point. But
who's the third? I forgot.
Shannon Moore, Evan Courageous.
Evan Courageous. You said it.
That's it, I think. Shane Helms. Yeah, it's all three. That's
and Shane Helms. Yeah. So, I mean, really, can you guys think of anyone at this point that would like a roster that neither of these companies have right now that you could start a company tomorrow and get more viewers than AEW right now?
No.
No one. I mean, What are you
The
going
only
to
thing
buy?
I could possibly
Anything
think
that-
of is if you made some weird fucking Frankenstein of like GCW and New Japan people, but that probably wouldn't be any better.
All right,
Yeah.
who's going to front you all the money to dump in these people's pockets?
Right.
The thing that kind of bothered me was what storylines he's talking about that lasted 3 years. That hasn't even been. They haven't been around 3 years yet.
Oh, well, because all these people post little Easter eggs that they've done in the past that come out now, and I think Bischoff just needs to do the same thing he told Tony to do and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, they both need to shut up.
Seriously, I mean, Tony Khan is on like every week. Tony Khan's on like 10 little podcasts that are like from some dude's basement. My God, at least I'm sharing a room with my kid.
Hanging out with Sonic the Hedgehog tonight, apparently.
The one thing I'll give Vince credit for, and this is rare, is that he doesn't go on podcasts and talk shit.
Everyone does that, man. All these guys do. Vince Russo, wait till I get to that comment a little bit later that he made about Moxley. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. About Tony Khan and Moxley, which, again, we'll get into. Keep teasing it. We're just going to keep teasing it. Give you a little tickle of the balls. A little tickle.
There you go.
Yeah. A little...
Oh, yeah, by the way, his book came out on yesterday, too. So.
Yes, it did. Consensual Tickle, by the way. Consensual.
Yeah, I just ordered it, so.
Nice.
I'm going to go ahead and write down Consensual Tickle. It'll save us some time.
Like my consensual penis. All right.
Hashtag consensual penis, of course, yes. Big shout out to old Enzo over there. Real one.
There's one guy that could go over to a WCW and move a needle.
I'm not even kidding. Like, apparently, we didn't really talk about this because I don't think anybody but me watched the Rob Black Dark Side of the Ring. He's apparently trying to do another wrestling promotion.
Right.
But this time, he's enlightened and woke. He's woke Rob Black now. So apparently he's not like a total sleazebag anymore. At least he's pretending not to be. But I feel like he should just like, instead of trying to do that, instead of trying to open up a legitimate wrestling organization, just fucking double down and just have a whole locker room full of people that is just a fucking powder keg of just like sign Enzo, sign Low-Key, sign Teddy Hart, sign Austin Aries. Like just fucking just let it all burn.
At worst, you would get some awesome promos. Seriously.
They'd be the greatest fucking promo company in the world. But
God.
None of the matches would happen.
No, probably not. I had to move my microphone there. Sorry about that. Yeah, that would be an interesting company right there. Just get them all together. That's all right. Low-Key, there's definitely a good one to throw into any company if you want a powder keg of a company.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he'll kick someone's ass eventually.
Oh, yeah.
Someone will piss off Low-Key. He'll just start shooting on him or something. Just the way it goes. Just the way it goes. I mean, we've all seen the video of him just beating the hell out of that one guy in the match, kicking the shit out of him until he was damn near unconscious.
He literally knocked him out. It was a one kick thing. He did like a rolling kick.
Pretty bad. Trying to teach him a lesson.
I mean, it looked cool, but it kind of goes against the whole idea of what wrestling's supposed to be. I could knock somebody out if they're not expecting it. That's
It's called a sucker
par
punch.
for the course.
That's called a sucker punch where I'm from, brother. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That shit'll get you. Well, I'm in Texas. It'll get you shot where I'm from. But anyway.
So will everything else.
I mean,
you either get shot or you get the electric chair. It's like, is there a pick?
I mean,
He's not wrong. Is he? No.
You got a better chance of surviving the bullet, I'll tell you that.
True.
Very true. Very true. Very true. So, where were we there? I think we had, how did we get to there? My God, I don't even know. I'm just going to pull up something here and start talking about it. Are you guys familiar with the old NFTs?
The non-fungible tokens?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Looks like WWE has joined with a company called Blockchain Creative. It is a new NFT business. Blockchain Creative is, obviously, and the creative studio is owned by Fox Entertainment and Bento Box Entertainment, which I'm assuming is part of Fox. So it's a Fox company. Looks like this says Blockchain Creative will work closely with WWE to create NFTs capturing memorable moments in wrestling, including WWE superstars and events such as WrestleMania and SummerSlam. But Survivor Series. Can't give them a little props or anything? Psh, these bitches.
No love for Great Balls of Fire or Breaking Point or bragging rights.
There ain't no love for Great Balls of Fire, I can tell you that. Vince probably watched the movie and went, God damn it, what did we do? In order to take part in the WWE NFT marketplace, fans will need to access the WWE digital wallet through Illuvio? What is that? I didn't look that one up. I'm going to have to do that real quick. Which will allow them to... I'm hitting copy here. Which will allow them to purchase collectibles using traditional currency or cryptocurrency. So get your Bitcoin and your Dogecoins ready. And Citi, which I'm assuming is Citibank because it's spelled CITI, said WWE video game publisher Activision, Formula One Group, Discovery One, Viacom, CBS are expected to benefit from NFTs and this new partnership. That's just much bullshit right there. We don't need to mention that, but that's kind of cool. Now, I got to tell you, I'm not 100% sure what these non-fungible tokens really do. It sounds like they can't be traded, number one. They cannot be traded, number one, right?
I mean, you can't. Like, when it's yours, it's yours, essentially.
Right.
Like, you can't trade it for other things, no.
What are they? I mean, like...
It's essentially, though, as I understand, I listened to a podcast, and it kind of just left me with more questions than answers, but it's essentially you bought a digital painting. Like, you don't own the painting. You don't own the rights to the painting. Like, if you bought, like, an actual Picasso, you couldn't resell it or whatever. Like, you don't own the Picasso. You just own that particular painting.
Okay.
So you get a link, the blockchains, all that shit, which there's really nothing that stops anybody from going back and, like, changing and editing the URL so that becomes inaccessible after a certain amount of time. Mm-hmm. So that's fun. I mean, it's basically the fucking digital equivalent of, like, buying a star or a fucking spot on the road.
Okay. That makes more sense. All right. Now I got you. Now I got you a little better.
It's something that rich assholes do just to fucking waste their money. Like, you could literally get more use out of just burning $100 bill because it would at least be a heat source.
Okay. But I mean, it's Bitcoin, dude.
Like, for somebody, and it went for like an obscene amount of money. I would look up how much it went for, but they were selling a screen cap of the first tweet. And it went for like multiple $1 million.
Wow.
All right. So, I mean, everyone says tech's a good business to get into. I guess this is the new thing coming up. So,
2.9 million.
Gee.
I'll post a link in it. It's from CNN. Yeah, the first ever tweet sold as NFT for $2.9 million.
Wow. And for some reason, I can't get my, you know what, though? I couldn't get that Illuvio to pull up. For some reason, nothing will search. But I do have my phone sitting in front of me.
I wonder if they accept MJF coin.
Oh, shit. Oh, okay. Illuvio is a crypto place where you can buy, sell, and trade. Oh, you can go here and trade the Masked Singer NFTs if you'd like. So basically, it's a. I guess you can trade these. I guess you can trade the Masked Singer. This says can't trade them, but anyway, probably should have looked that up a little more. Anyway, that's done. Nothing more on that. I don't give a shit. I'm not buying any. I am not a rich asshole. I might just be an asshole, but I'm not a rich asshole.
Right.
So thank you, Eric. Appreciate that.
Just like duly noted, confirmed, notarized.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
You. Anytime, Box.
I know. Anytime. Let's see. Smark. Get on with it. Sir.
I
You got it, Daddy-O.
Oh, yeah, Daddy-O.
I'll just do two here real quick. Stephen Amell announced today that there will be season 2 of Heels.
Mm-hmm.
They had run season 1. It just ended not too long ago. So there's that. If you're enjoying the show, there will be more. I only got about halfway into the first season. I just got distracted. It wasn't even a statement on the quality of the show. I lose interest easily in a lot of different things. It just happens.
Okay.
Wrestling Inc. is reporting there was a show this Sunday. They are not Thanksgiving. Fuck am I talking about? Halloween. That Knoxville, Tennessee, from Next Generation Wrestling. Mance Warner and Danhausen were both working that show, and they both suffered leg injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Danhausen basically broke his leg, his tibia, fibia, and Warner has a knee injury. So they're both going to be out for an extended period of time.
Damn.
Yeah. Looks like Warner was going up against, I guess his name now is Dirty Dango, formerly Fandango. Dirty Dango. Dirty Dango. That sounds like a that sounds like a dingleberry.
I was gonna say it does sound like very much like just like an even more inappropriate version of like the Val Venus gimmick.
No, it sounds like a dingleberry. It sounds like an Australian dingleberry. I got a dirty dango. I'm going to put another shrimp on the barbie with my dirty dango. No, this is not a good name. No.
It's not great, no.
No. Anyway, enough about that guy. I did see the picture of Danhausen still in gimmick with a cast on his leg. He must have told him, "Don't take off the makeup. I got a rep to protect here."
Mm-hmm. It's a pretty great photo because there's a photo that from the link here I posted on Mixler for anyone interested. Warhorse posted one of him, Danhausen, and Mance Warner. And Warhorse, Danhausen both have their makeup and gimmick on. So like Mance Warner by default looks like the most normal human being for the first time in his life.
Yeah, which is, yeah. I'm telling you.
So that's saying a lot.
I'm telling you right now. That is Shaheen. I'm telling you right now. Mance Warner is Shaheen.
I mean, I've never seen them in the same place at the same time.
According to him, he's talked to him before. I don't know.
Well, of course, but he's just leaving out the fact that it's a mirror.
Exactly. I know. I'm just saying. Well, let's leave that alone. We'll just leave that alone.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to start any rumors here. Not going to start any rumors. Rumors and
I mean, it is misfortunate, though, for both of those guys, because we were talking about ROH ended, or well, not ended, they're on hiatus, or however you want to look at it, but they're being freed from their contracts, and I guess it's being rumored that Danhausen might be headed to AEW, and Mance Warner got out of his MLW contract just this week, so he had been fighting to get out of there for a long time, and it seemed like he was going to be on to bigger and better things as well, and unfortunately, they're both going to be on the sidelines for a little while, and that kind of sucks. But
yeah, but maybe that'll give them some time. Maybe they can make some deals in the meantime, get back to it. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But that tibia and fibia, those are some hard ass bones to break, man.
Yeah,
hard bones to break. My brother-in-law.
It's never good when like. It's preferred that you cleanly break something. And it's like, if that's like the best possible outcome is that you just full on break it, it's not good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty bad break. Pretty bad break. Detective Dirk coming on in. Y'all be careful. Got a detective in the chat now.
Oh boy.
But I hope both these guys do well. Danhausen, I'm not really that familiar with, to be honest with you. I hear his name a lot. Everyone says he's a really good character and a really good wrestler. I just haven't really done any research on him or done a look or watched any of his matches. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But seems like I said, it's a cool little character. And like I said, I see his name all over the place right now. And it's going to be a while now, but we'll see. Anyway, what else do we have? Like I said, guys, I've only got one more. I mean, if you want me to just get to it, I guess I can. We were talking about Tony Khan a little earlier. Might as well bring this up. Tony Khan did make some comments on a potential AEW streaming service. Just something I think everyone's a little curious. That's something I think everyone's curious about. I think, Eric, I would say.
Oh, definitely.
Um,
I wonder.
Go
I
ahead.
wonder what kind of library it would be if it's only been
Yeah.
2 years?
Yeah, it's only been a little bit of time, but they do have the YouTube channel. They do have this. They do have that. So, basically, Tony said it was at the Monaco Streaming Film Festival, and that's where he was. During the discussion, the president of All Elite Wrestling discussed the potential for an AEW show similar to WWE's Backstage format that's on FS1. Is that show? That's not still on, is it?
Huh.
No, I didn't.
You
think
talking smack?
No, WWE's.
I
I
is.
guess so. Talking Smack and I get. Oh, they're on. Aren't they on like the network or the Peacock or whatever?
Yeah.
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 It's a
so-
YouTube show.
All right. Well, Tony said, I didn't agree with WWE Backstage at all. I don't think that was a good format. And actually, I had pitched to do a format like that for AEW. I had been pitched to do a format like that for AEW, and I refused. I don't think wrestling fans want to see that format. I think when wrestling fans tune into a wrestling show, they want to watch the wrestlers wrestle. Oh, wow. That's a profound. That is a profound statement right there by Tony Khan.
That's a
Backstage,
genius answer.
it really is. They want to watch the wrestlers wrestle. It's got a point. Backstage, to me, should be like a lower budget streaming type show. I don't know if it had legs to carry as a TV show, even though the people involved with it are awesome. And a lot of work for me now. And they're huge stars. But, like, I want to see CM Punk wrestle. I want to watch Christian Cage wrestle. And that, to me, is the bread and butter. So he does say that a talk show format might work a little better on some sort of streaming service. And he talked to Barstool Sports. He said Barstool Sports asked me about it, and there's a great demand for it. I'm excited to talk more about it because we're building each week. Here you go, Eric, a great library of content. It gets better and better, and we can provide more and new content. So I'm excited to tell people about that, but it's still something we're working on.
Yep.
Yeah, so... And he's also talking about how free and ad-supported streaming and, how that could go. And really, he just basically says, it's basically at the end of the article, he says, let's see when it's our 3rd anniversary. We'll go from there.
Yeah.
So
don't rush into it. There's no need to rush.
Even 3 years isn't a big library. That's the thing. But then again, I mean, who knows? Maybe he ends up.
Go ahead, sorry.
I'm saying maybe he ends up with another library. Maybe he ends up with the ROH library. Rumor was the next day it was for sale to the highest bidder. Who knows? I don't know. Rumor.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, rumor was. Remember that. Rumor. I haven't seen it anywhere else at all. You guys? Anyone?
No, not outside of that story, no.
No.
I just saw somebody maybe talk about it in comments, or was it you that said it before last week or something?
Yeah, it was last week. So I mean, like I said, I saw people mentioning it, but nothing really solid. I didn't see really any. I didn't hear old Meltzer mention it.
No.
The Melts.
And if the Melts didn't mention it, maybe it didn't even happen at all. Speaking
of,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go.
I was gonna. We might be saying the same thing.
Go ahead.
Were you gonna say speaking of Meltzer?
Mm-mm.
I was gonna say speaking of Meltzer. I got this from a different podcast I was listening to, but apparently the rumor is for Brock Lesnar is Drew McIntyre at Royal Rumble.
Yay!
According to Meltzer.
Yay! I'm not sure what else to do there. Great.
Actually, that is
I
kind of
went-
interesting if you think about it, because what I don't think you're realizing is.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. Huh?
No, I wasn't saying anything.
I'm awake.
No, you just kind of dropped off there. What happened? You all right?
I fell asleep thinking about it.
Oh yeah, you see, that's the problem with that match is you just kind of it's the next thing you know, there's
Oh,
silence.
sweet. Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to be that bad. I mean, it's not going to be a bad match. Nothing wrong with Drew. Brock, it'll depend on how he feels that day, what he wants to do in the ring, and we'll see how that match goes. But I'm not saying it's like horrible, but is it this big, fresh match that's going to shake up the wrestling world?
No.
No.
Is it going to sell? Is it going to sell some tickets? Yeah, to the diehards.
I mean, 10, 25, 50 at the most, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Tickets.
Not going to make headlines around the world.
Maybe 100. That show gets a crowd no matter what, dude, because it's just the name. Royal Rumble. Everybody wants to see the Royal Rumble. Everybody wants to go to the Rumble. I love the Rumble. Rumble's fun.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of is at this point,
Rumble
like the
this year?
circus in town.
Well, not this year, next year.
I could look it up. They fucking probably announced it by now.
Oh, they announced all their pay-per-views. We went through them a while ago. I forgot where that was.
2022.
2022. That's going to be the year.
That's it. Fucking St. Louis, the Dome at America Center in St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh, shit.
I figured it was St. Louis.
St. Louis Mo.
So if you want to get some Dome, go to St. Louis.
There you go. If you need you some Drew.
Yeah, I have no clue what they're going to do for who's going to win the Royal Rumble this year.
I haven't been watching, so I need to, I guess, get back into it. Probably help for the show. I probably need to get back into watching.
I haven't noticed any metrics changing whatsoever since we haven't been talking about this.
I really haven't either. I think it's about the same anyway, so it's not bothering me.
Chat room, no need to torture us.
No.
Exactly.
No, so, but...
and you dropped off, I think.
Oh, who did?
You buffered for a minute there.
Oh, all right. Well, I still have internet.
I'm here.
Mixer still has internet, so we're good. Now, Smark, we were talking about ROH just a little while ago.
Yeah.
And I think you had sent me this one from PW Insider.
I did.
All right. Yeah, you can go ahead. We'll get into it. Go ahead.
All right. Sure. This is your boy, Mike Johnson, over at PW Insider. Today's Sinclair Broadcast Group earnings releases. Take two. Today's Sinclair Broadcast Group earnings release provides some clarity as to why the company put a massive financial squeeze on Ring of Honor, leading to the promotion cutting all contractual ties with talent last week. The company's total debt currently is $12 million, which includes Diamond Sports Group LLC, the over-the-top service. The company has been working on launching debt of $8 million, 8.1, I guess, to be more specific, with the company having brought in less money during the COVID-19 era and still trying to get Diamond, no idea what that is, launched for next year, but not all the way there. It's easy to see the tightening of the belt as much as possible leading into the end of 2021 and the start of 2022. Diamond is expected to launch this spring, the same time frame. Ring of Honor has announced it will return to touring. The official announcement, which does not mention Ring of Honor, reads as follows. Actually, you know what? We're not going to do that because it is a very fucking long announcement.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you don't have to read the announcement. But yeah, this looks like they're deciding to put their money behind a different horse. That's what it looks like they're doing here. They're trying to recover I think they're cutting loose of the $12.5 million debt there, and I mean, if just this one company is $8 million of that means, ROH is a $4 million loss over the last year. If I'm looking at this correct, that's what the math says, right?
I'm the last person to ask about math. I do language, and as you can tell, I don't do that very well either. But that does appear to be the case.
Okay, which is a pretty big loss over a year. Now, it does say that they announced that they were going to restart at the end of 2021 and start touring again in 2022. Now, we don't know if that's going to really happen or not. I got a feeling they're just going to cut loose of this fucking company and put all their chips behind this Diamond Sports Group. That's my feeling.
Seems like a play.
Yeah, I'm just saying
You
that.
think they're going to rename ROH?
Diamond Sports Wrestling? Diamond Wrestling? Maybe. They could. I mean, they did say they were going to reimagine ROH. I could see him getting under this umbrella, I guess, if you want to say, this little wrestling umbrella. See what I did there? That's a pretty cool group over there on Facebook, by the way, Wrestling Umbrella.
Triple H should buy it.
Had to do that.
You know, it's actually interesting if they...
Oh, one at a time.
Sorry.
It's all good. I was going to say real quick, it's kind of interesting if they do end up running shows after this, in March when they're supposed to be back, because the fact that they're not going to be tied down to using contracted wrestlers, it makes it a little bit more difficult to have consistent champions, because somebody could just sign like their world champion and they'd just be like basically fucked. There wouldn't be anything they could do about it. But outside of like that potential problem, you can shuffle in new talent like pretty much on a monthly basis. So you keep things fresh. You keep new matches, new feuds. Whoever's hot at the moment, you can bring them in. There's potentially you could use people that are like, from AEW or whatever, if they're allowed to work shows like that. Like the amount of potential talent that you can use is going to be a lot more varied at the very least.
It will be varied, and you're right. It would be hard to keep a champion unless you only signed a choice few people just to stay in your company to be your champion. You'd have to give them some sort of incentive to stay there and not go elsewhere. So,
but I mean, to be fair, like it's been mentioned before on other shows, is that that's pretty much how it works on the independent scene anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like GCW has to deal with that. Like PWG has to deal with that. Like that's just a pitfall of being an independent wrestling promotion. But theoretically, if they still do have the backing from Sinclair and they do end up going ahead with the relaunch, whatever that's going to look like, they're going to have a lot more funding available to them than your average independent promotion.
True. So we'll see what happens, but this is an interesting little thing. And like I said, if you kind of read what this is saying, to me, I could be wrong. It looks like they are just going to cut ties, put everything behind this Diamond Sports Group. And Eric, you might be right. They might rename or even rebrand ROH under this, like I said, this little umbrella of this LLC, especially being an LLC.
Triple H does it, Shane McMahon.
Yeah, the old limited liability, the LLC. Those are nice little letters probably to have with a wrestling company, I would say. So. So
no, I was actually serious about when I said Triple H should buy ROH. That would be interesting.
It would. Who should buy it?
Triple H. Since he doesn't have NXT anymore, why not?
If this company's really this much in debt, imagine they're going to want their money back at minimum. I don't think that company's worth $4 million.
Oh yeah.
I got to be honest. If they're most of their talent's released, what are you buying? I mean, they don't have this huge name out there. Scoop up the talent. And fuck the company. I'm sorry, that might sound shrewd, but at this point, that's what you would do. I mean, save yourself $4 million, scoop up the talent, let the company pay the fucking $4 million, and don't shell out your money for them. That might be.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Might be a scumbag move. I apologize if it is, but I mean, that's assuming I would have the money to shell out for this. But so anyway, yeah, I guess I mean, you could have read down a little more and just seen, man, they have a lot of. Wow, they had they did still have a revenue of 1.5 million, but that was third quarter of 2020. It looks like that's when they started losing. Right after that, according to this little. I don't want to read the CEO's comment. We're fucked. Have a good one. So, anyway, I'm not getting all business, but yeah, I mean, really, I wouldn't put that kind of money into a company that really, I mean, not that they don't have an established name. They do have an established name, but really their name is kind of, well, ROH is known for just kind of being where WWE picked their talent from.
Right. I mean, they don't even do that so much anymore. That's kind of what like GCW is for these days.
True. I mean, well, once the WWE picked it dry from all their, you know, you got Cesaro and all those guys over there and Sami Zayn, and, you know, they took a lot of their roster, and when they were done, they just... Kevin Owens, there you go. They were done, and they just spit him out. They just fucking spit him out. Just like a big company does to a little company. I hate to tell you. I mean, that's how big companies stay big.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. But,
yeah, like you could say, it's how big companies stay big.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is.
The only one they didn't get was the Briscoe brothers. They're the only ones, the biggest name in ROH that they didn't get grabbed.
Well, they were going to, but that right around the time they were about to sign them, some misfortunate statements that Jay Briscoe had said were brought back into the limelight, and that was the end of that.
I believe there was some.
Let's just say that him and AJ Styles have some things in common.
Yes, I believe there were some negative comments on the LGBTQ community. I think I did. Hope I got all those letters.
Community.
I think I got all those letters right. All right. Apologize.
The LGBTQIA community. That's a mouthful. You can't do that, SHA.
What does Chappelle call them? The alphabet people? The alphabet people are after me. Ah, shit. All right. Actually, you know what? I did have one more news story. I actually found one after I forgot I added one after the Moxley thing. We had talked last week about JR having a little bit of skin cancer issues, and he is said to be going to radiation. He has 22 radiation treatments to do. That's a lot. That's a lot. But
22 consecutive is what he's saying.
Yeah, exactly. Now, he is not looking to miss any work at AEW. And he is looking to just keep going, and said he's handling it. He's dealing with it. He's said he's dealt with more and will continue to persevere. So
good for him.
He seems like he's doing good. And this was on his podcast. He was, you know, I haven't listened to his podcast in a while, but he's, according to him, he's ready to do it. JR just seems like the guy that would just not tell anyone how bad he's feeling anyway, to be honest with you, at this point.
Yeah.
I think he's just trying to be as tough as he can. I'm sure this is probably draining the shit out of him. And 22 radiation treatments, I could see him maybe missing one or two AEWs. I know he's not going to want to, but I could see him. He may have to. So.
Yeah.
But he said he's feeling good. It's not actually. I'm reading down here. It's not chemotherapy he's getting. He's just getting the radiation treatment. It's different, I guess. I don't know the difference. I'm not a doctor. But in this article, it says Ross continued and said he's feeling good, noting that he will not need chemotherapy.
That's good.
So I don't know the difference, again, between chemotherapy and radiation treatments. Who knows? Maybe they'll give him some gamma and he can be the Hulk.
There you go.
Don't make him angry.
Don't like me when I'm angry about God.
I'm trying to think what the difference is.
Used to love that show. I could look it up, but that's getting all medical termy, and I don't feel like getting all medical termy.
The next 20 minutes is you reading a WebMD article.
Yeah. Then you start self-diagnosing. Next thing you know, you got 24 hours to live. I mean, it's yeah. There's obviously a difference, and if you want to look them up, go for it. You got the old Google, as do I. We all have the same information these days, people.
Yep.
We all got the same information. So, let's see. Eric, did you have another one, or do we get to Smark?
Yeah.
All right.
I do. Where is it?
Is this the Solid Monster one?
This is
Yeah, I can't.
no. This is from the Dirt Sheet Radio. Which one? What was the Solid Monster one?
That was the last one you shipped over to me, the Solid Monster one. Let me see here. Hold on one sec.
Was that about Mox? Because I thought the Mox was the last one I sent you.
No, that one's from Dirt Sheet Radio. I can pull up Dirt Sheet Radios.
Yeah, I have a Dirt Sheet Radio here.
That's the Moxley one. I have a Solid Monster Sounds Off above that one. Oh, you have two Dirt Sheet Radios. Okay, I see the Dirt Sheet Radio one you got. I see that one.
Yeah.
And then
the Tuesday one?
Yeah, and right in between those is the Solid Monster.
Want to read
it? I can read that one. That's not a problem. Here. This is a nice, ridiculous one. Smark, you wanted to do this opinion segment. We're gonna do this little segment right now. I need to get a little stinger, a little thing for it, a little music or something. Dirt Sheet Radio says this is the kind of idea that comes from watching too much WWE TV. All right, you ready? You ready for this?
Let's do it.
This guy says, I'm going to get smoked for this, but hear me out. All right, let's hear him out. Let's hear him out, folks. Hangman Page should beat Kenny Omega for the AEW World Title at Full Gear. But the next week, in his home state, he should issue an open challenge and lose the title to MJF. I'd say give them what they want and then take it. Yeah, this is a serious WWE move right here. That's exactly what they would do. If this guy hasn't noticed yet, AEW likes to actually give the fans what they want and let it simmer for a while, then change it up. Kind of a better way to treat your fans. If it was WWE, this is exactly what they would do. That's exactly what they would do. Now, because at Full Gear, where is Full Gear?
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Okay. Now, that's neither one of their hometowns, Hangman Page or Omega, right? But after that, they're going to, aren't they going to Page's hometown?
Virginia. Yeah, the following Wednesday. The Wednesday after Full Gear.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it would be a real good idea to have him come out. And I said this a few weeks ago. I think it'd be a great idea to have him come out, that shoulder already over his shoulder or around his waist, wherever he wants to wear it.
Yep. He starts to show off, too, because that crowd is going to be electric. You saw CM Punk in Chicago with electric. This might be even better. This might even be 5 times louder.
We'll have to get out the old applausometer. So, Smark, what do you think of this idea? Just basically giving the crowd what they want, and then next week, while they're in Hangman's home state, just rip it away from them and give it to MJF.
Well, yeah, of course. That will be a better way to do that. And then what you do is you have him lose a bunch of matches, and then he'll win the belt back. Once he's lost a bunch of matches and nobody believes in him or wants to see him succeed, that's when he wins the belt back. I don't think this is a WWE idea, because if WWE had him, he would just be fucking rebooting the smoking gun gimmick. He would have their theme song. He fucking managed by Bart Gunn. He'd be riding one of those like hobby horses like Chavo used to do in WCW. It'd be the drizzling shits.
Oh, he would.
He would have the Sandman gimmick. Sorry, Box.
No. Go ahead, please.
I was gonna say they would give him the Sandman's gimmick mixed in with Stone Cold.
I can actually see them giving him a sandbox gimmick where he's literally just playing in a fucking sandbox. Him and fucking Kyle O'Reilly just making sandcastles together.
Go play in your fucking sandbox. You motherfucker. Oh, sorry. All right. I went Goodfellas with that. I apologize.
No worries.
I didn't mean to. It happens. It happens sometimes. But yeah, that's smart. That formula sounds very, very familiar that you were mentioning, by the way. The lose faith, and then, hey, look, he finally won one match, and then suddenly he's the champion. You're right. There you go. I think that sounds very familiar. But I think if they give Hangman Page the title at Full Gear. I think it would be an incredible pop, as Eric was saying, for him to come out into the next week in his hometown, belt, like I said, over the shoulder, wearing it, whatever he wants to do. That would be the way to do it, in my opinion.
Yep.
That would be the way to do it. So, Christopher Kane. That's Smark looking up Cole's height.
Let's see. Well, yes, to kind of add on to what you were saying there, he says, Christopher Kane says, Christian makes Cole and the Bucks look like, well, little people. We're trying to be a little bit more family friendly here. The term midgets is pretty offensive to those droids. They don't take. Well, they've had it up to here with that.
Now you just said it.
Oh no. God boy. There goes the Coke sponsorship.
Well, what kind of, anyway, let's,
well, okay, build height 6 foot. Of course, my mathematic is always to take 2 inches away.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 5'10".
Yeah, about 5'10". That sounds about right. He's not the tallest guy, but he doesn't usually look dwarfed. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
By anyone, usually. Unless, Jesus Christ, you go in there with like a Lance Archer. Of course, that's a different story.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
So, yeah. Oh, I just realized this clock in this room is an hour off. I need to fix that. Okay.
No, you don't, because daylight savings time, and not daylight savings time, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
This Sunday, I think.
Yeah, it is. This clock has already made the turn. So that's why my son was almost late for school today. I guess that makes a lot of sense. I'll fix that before the show is over for my kid, or after the show is over for my kid. Okay.
Then you have to change it back on Sunday.
Yeah.
Christopher Kane says there's no way he, being Adam Cole, is 6 foot tall.
Well, we said probably 5'10".
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not even trying to make a joke. Like, they were booking him, or they were selling him as being like 6'1", I believe. Chris Benoit. And like, I went to see him at a house show once, and I was like, I am 6'2". There's no way in hell this motherfucker is an inch shorter than me.
Yeah. You're like looking down, like,
He was literally the smallest wrestler I've seen in person. Like, I shit you not. Like, I've seen Shawn Michaels wrestle and everything. He's the smallest wrestler that I like on that level of professional wrestling, like WWE level.
Wow.
Even smaller than Daniel Bryan and Brian Danielson.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
He's a tiny, tiny man, or was a tiny, tiny.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's pretty small right now too.
Oh yeah, he got a little bit shorter over time.
Why did I let?
Well, there was a particular couple of hours where he actually got quite a bit taller.
Well, okay. I thought mine was bad. You shouldn't. Yeah, that. Okay, let's move on. This could just get bad from here.
But of course, I started off saying I wasn't going to make a joke. You baited me into it.
This is not consensual tickling. Okay.
Cage is 6'1", Christopher Kane says.
So
transition.
All right. Let's transition to. I'm not even sure if that's a good thing to say anymore. To Smark, you had one more here from PW Insider, right?
I sure did. Let me go ahead and bring that up. Of course, from one relevant company to the other, we're talking about a company that just died to a company that cannot die. 5 names have been removed from the Impact roster page. So, I'm sure everybody already knows about this since we all follow Impact. But Petey Williams, TJP, Taylor Wilde, to the surprise of nobody, Tommy Dreamer has been let go. Hopefully you can spend the night on Ric Flair's couch. And, guys, I hope you're sitting down, but No Way, the former No Way Jose, has been let go.
No way.
No way, indeed. He was with the company. He came in for like Slammiversary in July. So he's lasted roughly 3 months with the company. And like I feel like if I were him, it might be time to go ahead and hang him up.
Yeah, really, out of these 5 names, the only one that I would even care to see is Taylor Wilde. Honestly.
Yeah. I think Petey Williams, there was some rumors that he might be getting a job within WWE as like potentially an agent.
Okay.
That hasn't been confirmed yet, but of the 5 released, it seems like he's probably the most primed to land on his feet.
Dreamer will land somewhere. Right? He still has his own promotion, right? you still have that?
I don't know. Because like COVID and everything has made some of that where it's like it's hard to tell who's just on hiatus and who's flat out gone.
Yeah, see, right as I was saying that, Christopher Kane said House of Hardcore is coming back with a question mark. I don't know. Maybe, but I would assume that's probably exactly what he's going to do. He's going to definitely do that. I would assume that's what he's going to do. TJP, he can get fucked. And
my favorite TJP moment was somebody asked him on Twitter who he's wrestled that has taught him the most. And he said that he never learned anything from wrestling people because he was just already a complete pro wrestler. And like everyone, like wrestlers took turns mocking him on Twitter. And it was just the most amazing fucking thing.
Yeah, this guy's just a douche. Way into himself. And I got nothing for TJP. Nothing. He couldn't even get over. They brought him in on the main roster. He couldn't get over. Just couldn't do it. No one cared when he came out.
It's just nothing he does is substantially different from anyone else. Like he's a high flyer, but I could name you probably at least 10 high flyers that are better, 10 technical wrestlers that are better. He's kind of a hybrid of that, but there's just a whole lot of people who do what he does a lot better.
Yeah, I mean the guy's music would hit, and you'd hear. TJP's coming out. All right.
Just one cricket holding up a TJP sign.
Oh, I know.
Now, guys, let's not make fun of people.
I know. Oh my God, this woman always chimes in.
I was really hoping you were going to hit that Natalia drop. Come on, we're eating good in the neighborhood.
I think I deleted it.
Oh, R.I.P. to that Natalia drop.
Hold on, let me check. Wait. Yeah, I did. It's gone.
Oh, boy.
It's gone.
That's up.
It's gone. I mean, I've got plenty more. I mean, I've got a ton. We can have fun. I mean,
Why is your dick out?
I don't know, Dave Chappelle. Why is your dick out? Yeah, we could have fun.
Yeah, well, I'll say it. He's stupid. He's stupid. He's so stupid. Stop.
See? Still talking about TJP. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Anyway. Wasting time. Here we go. All right. So, yeah, I mean, really, those 5 names, I mean, who cares? And it does say Petey Williams is going for a producer tryout currently with WWE. That's fine. I got no problem with that. I don't need to see Petey Williams, flexing his muscles and doing Canadian Destroyers anymore. Tommy Dreamer, like I said, his own promotion, TJP, Taylor Wilde.
Holy shit, that's such a missed opportunity that I just now thought of.
What?
Because we like to talk a lot about back when it was going. I think it's a sports bar now, that location. But Scott Steiner had a Shoney's. How awesome would it have been if he hired Petey Williams to be his assistant manager at the fucking Shoney's or this, that'd be wonderful. He just follows him around wearing the headdress.
Both of them walking out in the...
That's how, like, instead of like getting like a polo shirt like they like to do when you become promoted to middle management,
can you imagine?
You get a fucking headdress.
I just can imagine being some, pissy guy or woman who goes in and wants to see the manager, and fucking Scott Steiner comes out.
You start hearing the fucking sirens.
You're like, what the fuck is it? Is the ambulance coming? Motherfucker, it better be. Okay, all right.
I want to believe that so bad that anytime somebody asks for the manager, they just cue up his theme song. Like, I would like to speak to the fucking manager. Holla, if you hear me.
Just yelling at the guy. Somehow he works in Freaks and Peaks. It's like, what the fuck? How did you do that?
That would be wonderful.
Oh, I got to go to Shoney's.
That would be interesting.
I got to find a Shoney's just to go now.
I'm really not all that far in the grand scheme of things from Abby's House of Ribs. I've
Really?
never wanted to go there, but I really do regret not being able to have gone to Scott Steiner Shoney's.
I'll bet you there's not a Shoney's around me anywhere. Let me see. Shoney's.
No, but I'm sure you can find a dumpster to pillage through.
No, the closest one is 167 miles away.
Really?
Worth every minute of that trip.
It's in Oklahoma. Actually, it's in Henrietta, Oklahoma.
Nice.
I'm not that hungry.
How far are you from that?
That should be their slogan.
How far from where?
How far are you from that?
167 miles. Let me see. I do about. Yeah, I'm probably about 2.5, 3 hours.
Oh, that's a quick drive.
Not for Shoney's. I'm good. I'm good. I mean, if they had a chocolate fountain, I would think about it. But I'm kidding. That is the most disgusting thing. Don't go near that chocolate fountain, everybody. Don't go near that thing.
I mean, it was disgusting before, but now it is exceptional. I would not go anywhere near that fucking thing.
I think they actually don't have it anymore. I think they might have taken down the community waterfall of COVID at this point. The community chocolate fall of COVID. So
now what do the unsupervised children of the Golden Corral do?
I don't know. I watch my children, unfortunately, I guess. But yeah, I mean, there was one near me a while back. Not anymore. I'm way away from the Golden Corral at this point, so won't be having that either. But I mean, if you want Mexican or Tex-Mex, we got about 30 restaurants about down the street from us.
Nice.
And of course, a little Chinese place.
Currently trying to figure out who Bill Batty is, but whoever the fuck this guy is.
Who?
This is why. Apparently, Sasha Baron Corbin here says that Billy Bahidi. I'm just going to keep pronouncing his name differently every time. Should be booking TNA.
Billy Body?
But that's probably the right way to do it.
Billy Body. That's what I would say.
He can book TNA to being a main company again.
I might have to look up who that is. I'm not quite sure. Is that a name we should know? Let me look up that name real quick. I can give the old highlight, the old right click, the old search Google for Billy Batty.
Apparently he was on Big Brother.
Conrad Thompson shuts down fraud porn star Billy Batty. I think we should just not even bother with this one. I mean,
I would rather hang out with him than Conrad Thompson.
I mean, I actually would too. I think I actually know who this guy is at this point. I'm looking at all these things something called the Dirty Sheets. Bastards. Sons of bitches. IMDb. I don't think. No. I'm not going to click it. I'm Xing it out. I'm not going to click the IMDb. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, it's not as bad as you think. There's a couple of one PW credits that he has, and then Big Brother. He's apparently a contestant on Big Brother.
Smark just jumped right.
What's his name?
Billy Batty?
Batty. Batti.
Huh. That doesn't sound familiar, but because I'm a Big Brother fan. So,
I'm pretty much convinced that this guy doesn't actually exist.
Okay. Yeah, that doesn't sound familiar.
It doesn't exist. I don't know. Conrad Thompson mentioned it. This son of a bitch, he's full of rumor and innuendo.
You wouldn't give me money.
Hadn't subscribed to one of my Patreons.
Provided this is a real person, he's one interesting looking fellow.
Well, I don't judge people by their looks, Smark.
Oh, well, I do. It's pretty fun. You should try it.
Oh, all right, man. Yeah. What are you going to do? Anyway, done with these 5 names. Don't know why we got on the old Billy Batty. I thought maybe we were going back to Billy Bats, and he spelled it wrong. I thought we were going Goodfellas again, to be honest. I was hoping.
He kind of looks like if somebody started a cover band, like a Motley Crue cover band in India.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's got the 80s rock hair, but he's of some kind of ethnicity that I'm not entirely. Kind of looks like Scott Stapp too.
Oh, look at.
He's a very interesting looking gentleman.
Look at Smark using DuckDuckGo.
Mm-hmm.
Look at you. Oh, this guy looks like Sebastian Bach.
Yeah, he's got a very 80s metal look to him.
He looks like Sebastian Bach mixed with the dude from Harold and Kumar.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would go with. That's where I would go. That's where I would. Now, and he was also on Big Brother UK, Eric. That might be why you're not familiar. Okay. That's why you're not familiar. Yeah. I see one of these pictures is from Big Brother UK. That's why you're not familiar with them. Not using the VPN. Yeah. Not using the VPN enough, Eric. All right, so I guess we can get into...
I mean, I know what Big Brother UK is, but I never watched it.
What?
I mean, I'm familiar with BB UK, but I never watched it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I figured that. I figured you hadn't. Let me see. What did I put here? Oh, okay. I guess we... is that everything except for the Moxley thing?
I believe so. I think we've dodged this bullet for as long as we can.
I don't think there's a real bullet coming up here. I actually think this is a good thing. Earlier, I kind of woke up this morning. I don't know when this was actually posted. It looks like it was posted at 11:33 last night. So I guess this came out last night when I was snoozing away. Tony Khan tweeted.
Yeah, I sent it to you last night, I think.
I was sleeping. I don't think I looked at it till this morning.
Okay.
I don't think so. I might. I don't know. I haven't had a drink, so I'm a little off. I mean,
don't worry.
I haven't had alcohol in a couple days, so I'm a little off. You know how it goes. Tony Khan sent out a tweet. It looks like late last night, about 11:33 p.m., and it said, "Jon Moxley has allowed me." I just want to read that one more time. Jon Moxley has allowed me to share with you that he is entering an inpatient alcohol treatment program. Jon is a beloved member of the AEW family. We all stand with him and Renee and all of his family and friends as he shifts his focus to recovery. He kept going. He put out a couple more tweets here. Jon is making a very brave choice to get help, and we're embracing his choice and supporting him however we can. Next tweet. These were all, literally he did these within 7 minutes, 7 minutes, and 7 minutes of each other. Man, he's a fast typer. What is he? Jesus. I'm proud to call Jon a friend, and like many of you, I am also a fan of Mox and look forward to a time in the future where he is eventually ready to return to the ring. Until then, thank you for supporting Jon and respecting his privacy at this time. If you are, and he also puts out a helpline, if you or a loved one need help, please reach out to SAMHSA's National Helpline, 1-800-662-HELP. And that was Tony Khan's tweet. So, Jon Moxley entering rehab. I have not one issue with this, and I'm surprised there's people that do.
People have issues with this? Why?
I was afraid someone was going to ask that. What I did is I actually have a few tweets from people who were not very happy about Moxley, and some of these tweets are absolutely ridiculous. So why don't you let me read? There's 3 of them, and I am not putting out these guys' names. I'm not even going to give them an ounce of fucking... If you read them, you know. If you didn't, I'm not giving these guys an ounce of credit.
Twitter, right?
Do what?
Is that on Twitter?
Of course.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Of course. First guy here says, yeah, the marks won't mention that AEW is the problem. He didn't have a drinking problem in WWE. And if he did, he would have gotten help quickly. Vince saved Goldust and a lot more from alcoholism. I have 2 words for this guy. The Usos.
Mm-hmm.
How many DUIs is Jay on now? Yeah.
I think if he gets one more, he gets a free sub sandwich.
Yeah. Vince would have got this guy help. Exactly. Yeah. First of all, you have to ask for help. And if people do have a drinking problem, most of them will not ask for help. Now, he did drink, like I said, in WWE. Like I said, the guy had a bar. The only thing in it was Jack Daniels, and it was everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, I'm not saying he had a drinking problem in WWE. He may have. He might have. Who knows? Who knows how long this has been going on? I don't see anything saying that. Another one, if this isn't a backhanded fucking slap in the face, get well soon, Mox. But on the other note, guess that what being in AEW, he meant guess that's what being in AEW does to someone, causes them to turn to drink. Should have stayed at the place the owner cares about his wrestlers. The owner cares about his wrestlers. How many people have refuted that statement? How many people have said that Vince doesn't give a shit about the wrestlers?
Including Mox.
Including
Right.
him. Exactly.
The same company where they reported that after their latest pay-per-view event that there was not a hostage situation like last year. Just a fun fact there.
There you go. Thank God there wasn't one. And here we go. One more. I can't believe this is even a guy. WWE would have never let it go to this extent. They would have tried to cut that out as soon as it started. But good thing it's being taken care of. And again, there's so many people that have drinking problems in WWE that we don't even know about, man. Until it happens, until it comes through, until they either fuck up or ask for help. That is what a person with a drinking problem does. They either fuck up or finally fuck up enough to ask for help. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Didn't Randy Orton have a drinking problem, or was it drugs?
You said Randy Orton?
Yeah.
Randy's were a little bit of druggy drugs.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's similar. It's kind of similar because he had to go to rehab too. So it's like it's all in the same boat, I guess. I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, really, let's think about it. The guy's got a book coming out, just started at a new company. He's getting, doing this, doing that. The guy's probably got a lot of stress. He probably turned to drinking for a while. Come on, everyone has a few drinks here and there. Now, Smark, you sent an interview to me earlier. You didn't think I would listen to it, but I did. And it was him talking to Meltzer and Alvarez, correct?
Not Alvarez. It's somebody else. I don't know who it is.
Could it have been the legendary Mr. Zarian?
I damn sure would hope so.
It could have
been. Yeah, I don't know who it is. He usually has somebody who is with him for shows like that. I don't know.
Okay.
Him and Alvarez do shows together all the time, but for whatever reason, it was like a weekend show, so it was somebody else. I guess that's how they film shit. I don't know.
All right, well, it was definitely Meltzer, so I got that correct. Mm-hmm. So let's just stick with it was Meltzer and another gentleman on the show, and Moxley was on there. And the beginning of the interview was going okay, but he started stumbling over words. The longer the interview got, it was only a 10-minute interview. And
yes, which was 3.5 minutes of that was Dave Meltzer asking one question.
Yes, it was. Dave, I think Dave was marking out a little bit and didn't want to admit it.
My favorite part is this is on. If you go on YouTube, F4W online, you can check this interview out. Mm-hmm. It's him talking about his feud with Foley, or his potential feud with Foley that didn't end up happening, and his book. It's like 9 minutes long or whatever. Yeah, I think he said 13. My favorite part of this is Dave throws out there that they've talked before. It's like, yeah, we've talked about this before. We're just like, he's like trying to put it out there that like him and Moxley talk on the regular to just make me laugh.
Well, Dave's such a big AEW guy, but and thank you for setting up the interview a little more. I appreciate that. But going through, he like I said, he started stumbling over some of his words. Then he just started completely losing his train of thought. Now listen, I sit on this show, I drink, I smoke pot. I have a reason to lose my train of thought. Obviously, it sounds like Moxley did too. But he was definitely not himself in that interview. I mean, Meltzer's a hard guy to talk to, I would assume anyway, but he was definitely not himself in that interview. And I did listen to it. Like right when you sent it, I'm like, well, I got to hear this. I mean, I was just sitting there watching Basic with Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta.
Right on. I'll post it here in the Mixler for anyone that's interested. But
yeah,
it was interesting because the first time I had saw it, I want to say Monday. Mm-hmm. It's not really super important, but I had saw it before the news came out, and like I turned it off because I wanted to hear him talk, but I had already decided I wasn't gonna check the book out when I get the opportunity to. But he was talking, and like halfway through, he starts complaining about having to do a press tour. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, no one forced you to write this book. And like, if I don't want to hear you complain about having to talk about the book while you're promoting the book and doing an interview, it's like, I fucking hate these press tours. It's like, all right, I don't want to listen to you complain for like 5 minutes. Fuck that.
Well,
but he seemed like you said, he seemed very like kind of rambly, but like that's sort of his persona, is that he's at times aloof and a bit scatterbrained.
Right.
So it's just like I just felt like he just, whatever, for whatever reason, he wasn't really into it. And then the news comes out, and then you rehear the interview, and it's like, yeah, he was probably drinking.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Now, I would assume that, like I said, man, I mean, you got to remember, John Moxley, if you ever heard him talk, he doesn't really like people.
No. I mean, that was where the problem began.
Right.
With WWE, was that Stone Cold interview where he just completely fucking sandbagged him.
Oh, yeah. Stone Cold fucked him. He fucked him up on that one. He did. But his wife put out a nice little tweet. Thanks for this outpouring of support. John is every bit of the badass we all know him to be. I couldn't be more proud of him for getting to proper help he needs and being given the space to put his health first. Couldn't possibly love this man more. Big heart emoji. Yep. So Renee put that one out, but it's pretty sick that, I mean, there's people that are literally using this as a shouldn't have gone to AEW thing. People are just, why are people so gross?
I mean, I hate to be that person or to take it there, but people were doing that when the fucking Brody thing happened.
I know. You're right. They were, which is even worse.
And I mean, some of them are just blatant trolls, so it is what it is there. But I mean, some of these, like the first person you read, that was like a actual account that was used for things other than just flat outright starting shit with people. Like that was an actual guy using his actual name. He wasn't using some kind of a clever name. Mm-hmm. But like some of these, like, you know, some of these guys are like obviously troll accounts, but some of these are actual people who aren't doing gimmicks or trolling people, or just genuinely that bought into the mantra of another company that you're sitting there just tooth and nail making whatever it is that's going on in the news,
right?
You know, filtering it through the prism of WWE versus AEW, and it's silly.
Yeah. Are they blind by the Usos? Have they not watched? I mean, the Usos. What was it, Jimmy or Jay?
Both of them have been in the same trouble. Both of them have, as far as I'm both of them have had DUIs.
Yeah.
Both of them have. So no, that gets swept under the rug because they don't care about that, because, you know, Vince got them help. No, they were forced to get help after like the fourth one that I believe it was Jay. Jay's the one with Naomi, right? Yeah. Jay had gotten enough. They come on. Guys are attacking cops, and Vince would have put a stop to that. No, he didn't until the next time. So anyway,
do you remember that like famous like botch where somebody's cutting a promo on like one of the Road Warriors? Easy for me to say. One of the Road Warriors pokes their head out through the door and sees that they're filming and just closes the door.
Yeah, I think it was Hawk.
Yeah, I want to say Hawk too. I would like to believe that while they're like Vince is giving the Usos like the talking to, which didn't happen anyway, but let's pretend that he gave them a stern lecture about not drinking or like, you know, getting your alcoholism in check. All of a sudden you just see like Michael Hayes' head peek through the door and then just closes the door, just like Hawk.
Just takes a sip of a bottle of Wild Turkey, backs out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, that shit just makes me laugh. It's like WWE wouldn't have let this alcoholism happen. Penn Street, Atlanta, GA.
Exactly.
There was just a whole documentary based on how something exactly worse than this happened.
Yeah, pretty much. Mick Foley also put out a nice tweet. I'm trying to wrap up the nice tweets before I get to Vince Russo's lovely tweet.
Oh boy.
Mick Foley wishing John the very best, a bold and brave decision, and I know he'll be back and better than ever. Mox has a heck of a support system with great fans and an amazing wife. And another, like I said, nice, very nice by Mick Foley. Mick Foley always kind of has a very nice thing to say about pretty much everything. So now we get to Vince Russo, who, of course, after this little controversial tweet, puts his patreon.com at the bottom, Russo TWC. Here we go. And, of course, he tagged Tony Khan. In my opinion, at Tony Khan, crossed the line in capitals, crossed the line in tweeting about Jon Moxley's situation. He has the absolute audacity to say, respect his privacy, as he puts it out there on Twitter, not once, but twice. I'm going full off on TK, on Better Call Khan. And that's
wow, that actually sounds like Vince Russo.
Oh, God, please don't do that to me. Don't insult me like that. But
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I should have added. I would have added 3 bros if it was more authentic. So again, I read you the first statement. John has allowed me to share this. He had permission, Mr. Russo. He didn't just violate the guy's privacy. He told people and then said respect his privacy after this. Reply to this. Don't reply to him. Reply to this. That's what he was doing there. So, I mean, seriously, Vince, I mean, do you really, bro, you really need to do this to get attention still, bro? I'm sure you went full off on TK. Yeah,
I can't believe that somebody would use Moxley's situation for their own self-aggrandizing terms. By the way, if you want to hear more, be sure to subscribe to my Patreon, bro.
Patreon.com/RussoTWC, bro.
So, he wants people to subscribe to his Patreon to hear more ranting about this.
This guy is so washed up, and he doesn't get it.
I do love how we've gotten to the point now where people just don't cover what he says anymore, for the most part. I'm just like, there was a period in time that I hated it more than anything on the earth. And like, I want to say about 2014, 2015, where anytime fucking him or Sonny would say anything, it would be on fucking The Observer, PW Insider, somebody that needed hits. And now it's just gotten to the point where, for the most part, anytime he says something, people just ignore him.
Yeah, now it's like this guy can just fuck off. He does shit just to try to get attention, and then steers you to his Patreon. And my God, at this point, just join Conrad, man.
Oh my fucking Lord.
At this point, just join Conrad. But I'm not going to sit here and bitch about Vince Russo for 20 fucking minutes. It's not worth any of our time, to be honest with you. So that's about it. So it's going to be a while before we see Mox. He's going to be in rehab. That's probably, I would say, a 30-day, and then he's going to get out and probably adjust a little bit. And so I would say it's going to be probably 3-4 months before we see Moxley back.
Probably next pay-per-view. Probably Revolution.
It sounds about. When is that? Actually,
February.
Probably about right. Probably about right.
February, March. Yeah.
Right around there, maybe a little after. I would say that's probably about right. So you're not going to see him for a while. But hey, good.
Might be a little more because he spend time with kid and wife too. So
yeah, he needs a little time, man. He's had a. I mean, like literally left, and she was pregnant and everything. It was a tough time for him. I'm sure he's been.
Yeah, I guess they're moving. They were saying that he was saying they were moving back to Cincinnati from Las Vegas.
Oh God!
So he had a move going on. He was doing the AEW stuff. He was writing the book. Now he was promoting the book. He was doing like GCW shows too, and all kinds of other independent promotions. So he just had a lot going on.
Good God! It makes me want to drink. Oh my God!
The guy needs a break. The guy needs family time and time to himself.
Yeah, and he's getting more than a break. He's getting a break. He's getting some help. So,
exactly.
I'm glad.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was this month.
Do what?
I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see him until for 6 months.
Yeah, I wouldn't. They're definitely going to give him some time. I mean, he's not going to do 30 days real quick and come right back after rehab. That ain't going to happen.
Oh, no. They're going to make sure he's okay and make sure he's okay.
Just tell me Tony Khan's not going to be like, I got an idea. We make him go with DDP to the accountability crib. Okay?
There you go.
Uh-huh.
I mean, honestly, I was a little bit like, we're transitioning anyway, but when CM Punk said he wanted to address him, I was like, is this gonna go? So are they gonna take this as a way to get heat? Is this where the heel turn starts? Because, that'd be controversial. It'd be edgy, but I'm not sure that that's something you really want to do.
No, and it didn't go that way, so that was all right. It didn't go that way. I gotta admit,
it's kind of odd how that transitions to Eddie Kingston, because Eddie Kingston's one of his good friends too.
That's another good match. See, now I got to tell everybody one thing before I do this. My internet was sucking big dick tonight, so I missed a good chunk of this show. It just kept stopping and stopping. Not my internet, my Wi-Fi. Actually, obviously, my internet is working. My Wi-Fi sucked tonight, so I missed a good chunk of this. I know. I did see most of the first match before it started getting really bad, which was Kenny Omega versus Angel. Just Angel, right?
No, Ellen Angels, I believe.
There you go. I didn't catch the name, but I saw the match. Pretty good match between these two guys. Kenny Omega had a tough time with the guy, which is obviously making me think that more and more they are working on him losing that title.
Yep.
You know, he's
especially with the segment after.
Yeah, having a hard time with lesser known guys, blah blah blah. But around the end of the match, he was about to hit the guy with a chair. Page came down, and Omega was about to hit Page with the chair. Angel grabbed it out of his hands. Page hit that. Man, I love when he goes for that buckshot lariat. It just looks really fucking awesome.
Oh,
he missed it.
One of the best moves. Yep.
Yeah, it really is one of the best, man. It really looks good when he does it. And Omega slid out of the ring like the chicken shit heel he is. And basically, Page handed him his title back because he left his title in the ring. It wasn't anything big, but the match itself.
It teased it big time. Yeah.
They did, man. They were really putting. I mean, look, we still have one more Dynamite before. I mean, we have one more go home show, and they were promoting the shit out of Full Gear tonight. So next week, I'm expecting. I don't even know what to expect next week. So,
yeah, and he said 10 more days.
Yeah,
he said 10 more days, Omega.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. So that's going to be a good one right there. We've got, like I said, right after that is when Punk came out, I believe, or I didn't. Now, I know at some point Jurassic Express came down and started beating up the Elite, right?
Yeah, that was after the Punk promo.
Okay, that was after the Punk promo?
Yeah.
Okay. I knew I missed it at one point. I knew it happened. I just didn't know when. Punk did come out, and I got to tell you, I missed 98% of this promo. So what was it about? What I know at the end he called out Eddie Kingston. That's all I remember.
Well, I'll set it up for you a little bit. They had Rampage was Friday. It was Bryan Danielson versus Eddie Kingston. It was a really fucking good match. They went back and forth. It was great. Danielson got Kingston in a triangle choke, and as he was going to sleep, he flipped him off. So the ending visual is just him with his finger outstretched, passing out, and then the referee rings the bell, ends the match. Danielson goes for a handshake. Kingston declines. They come back from commercial break. Punk is clearly set up for a promo where somebody is going to interrupt him. Because he's not talking about anything. He's just I'm really happy that it's Halloween. And one more thing is, and you just start hearing Eddie Kingston off in the distance yelling. So he ends up getting into it with Punk. And so Punk comes out this week and he says that he has two people he needs to address. First and foremost, he needs to address Jon Moxley, and the crowd chants and everything. And he's talking about how he's really proud of him, that he's getting the help that he needs, because there was plenty of times where he needed help, him being Punk, and he never reached out to somebody because he was trying to be a tough guy. So he's glad that he can reach out and get help, and he's going to get the help that he needs, and he's going to be back better than ever. All this kind of, the usual you would expect out of a situation like that. And then Punk transitions into talking about Kingston, talking about him interrupting his interview on Friday and how he wasn't there because he was too big of a coward, so on and so forth. But he's going to see him come Friday on Rampage in Buffalo, and I guess they're going to be live from Buffalo on Friday. So that'll be good. I'm looking forward to that. That was essentially what the promo was about, was just him saying that everybody supports Moxley and they're all looking forward to him getting better and coming back. And then he called out Kingston.
Nice.
Yep.
Doing it live on Friday. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. All right. So there you go. I missed a good promo. I did.
It's really weird though, because like they seem to be determined to turn Kingston heel.
Mm-hmm.
But during the match with Danielson, like, I honestly couldn't believe it, but it was 50-50. Like, I don't know if Kingston had as many fans, but the fans that he had was every bit as loud as Danielson fans, which surprised me, but he was getting over big time as a face.
Oh, dude, they still love the guy.
He was.
I mean, the guy's been around forever, and people just like the guy. And these AEW fans are kind of hardcore, and they liked him before, so.
What it seemed like to me was that they were starting to turn Kingston heel, and they were starting to turn Moxley heel based on the tournament match that he did have.
Right.
Where he just beat the ever-loving shit out of 10. Mm-hmm. And it seemed like maybe they were going to put them back together as a tag team and have them challenge for the belts as heels. And that would have been pretty cool. So it's a little kind of unfortunate that we won't get to see that. But maybe it's time they call an audible and just like keep Kingston as a face.
I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Until Mox comes back.
Yeah, until he comes back. They could right away pair him right back up. That wouldn't hurt. That wouldn't be a problem, I don't think. I guess we'll have to see where Eddie Kingston is at that point when Moxley comes back. So we'll go from there. I could see them more feuding when he comes back than getting back together, but that's just me.
Right.
So and then you said we had the Jurassic Express thing, but then I saw, like I said, I missed a few things here. I did see FTR versus Aerostar, and was that Fuego del Sol out there?
No, Samurai del Sol, which is formerly Kalisto.
That's right. Samurai, Fuego. I heard Del Sol. I wrote it wrong.
My favorite part of this match, and I don't blame him. Like, I'm not sitting here being mad about it, but Aerostar does a dive to the outside. He comes within a very, very close, within inches of like just landing directly on his head. Ooh. And which is not what my favorite part of this is. I'm not rooting for him to get injured. I like him. But Jim Ross clearly has no idea who the fuck he is, because he's like, that one dude almost hurt himself really badly. And I was like, oh, everybody's going to flip a fucking bitch fit about Jim Ross not watching Lucha Underground. I'm like, yeah, just preemptively, I'm waiting for the fucking shitstorm. It's like, yeah, he had better things to do with his time than watch Lucha Underground, even though I love Lucha Underground.
I wasn't Jim.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay. All right.
Jim Ross didn't do any commentary for them. He did commentary for New Japan.
Yes, you're correct. You are correct. So it was a fun little match. FTR. I mean, I'm not the biggest FTR fan, but Wheeler grabbed the ropes to steal a win in this match. So they kept it was for the AAA titles, tag titles. They kept them. Now,
it's not the only time we see FTR in the show, so.
No, not the only time. Just what we need, more FDR on any show.
Which actually, that was the next segment after the Jurassic Express Elite feud battle. So you just transitioned perfectly into the next segment with that one, so you didn't miss anything on that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then I believe it came to Jericho and Inner Circle, correct?
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, I think my Wi-Fi started. I kicked my son off the computer, and amazingly, my Wi-Fi started working because he's fucking gaming on my computers here before I do the show. So Jericho and Inner Circle came out. Jericho, of course, put Sammy over, and this was basically to get the names of which members of America's Top Team are going to be wrestling at Full Gear. We got the names. Jericho was once again.
At least not Paige.
I thought, boy, Jericho was fucking savage to Paige Van Zandt tonight.
Yes, she was.
Well, she did set it. She set it up. I could take all 5 of you on at once.
Is she hot or what? Damn. Oof.
Oh, she really is. I mean, you can basically see her damn near. I think you can see her naked online. But, I mean, if you follow her on Instagram or anywhere else, even on Facebook, she takes some very, very nice pictures. Now the name
that was the low key brilliant part of this segment.
Uh-huh.
It was actually a subtle way of advertising for her OnlyFans. Because Jericho put it out there like, oh, that's gross, huh? And it's like, no, it was done to bring attention to that fact.
Yeah, pretty much. She didn't look that angered by it, so it didn't really matter anyway. But
which, to be fair, to her credit, she was like probably the third or fourth best person on the mic during that segment. Whereas like she was a lot better than most of the inner circle, unfortunately. Not Jericho or Guevara, but that's about it.
Well, I mean, Hager's not exactly.
Flatter's okay.
Well, Hager had a moment there where he was like, he said that Junior Dos Santos looked like Popeye, which at first I was like, that's a corny insult. But then they showed him and I was like, he does. How about that?
Yeah, he does.
But then he pointed out that like he lost his last match in like 71 seconds, which is like a good jab. But keep in mind, you're having Hager say a sentence that has a multitude of S's in them.
71.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it. Anyway.
The mat was soaked after that promo.
His jacket was shrinking. We could hear it.
At one point, Lambert says that he doesn't want Hager to get a big head.
Yeah.
Bigger head.
Bigger head. I'm liking the promos between all these guys, man. And you're right, the Inner Circle wasn't that great on the mic tonight. But the names we got were Junior Dos Santos, the first pick. Andre Arlovsky, who, if you've never seen that guy fight, that guy is an entertaining fucking MMA fighter. He is a great MMA fighter.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Yep.
Or used to be a beast.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And Dan Lambert. And I think those were the only names they gave, right?
Well, it was already predetermined, I guess, that Men of the Hour were going to be in there. So you're going to get Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page.
Correct. Exactly. And they're going to take on all the Inner Circle at Full Gear. It's going to be a fun match no matter what. It's going to be interesting to see what Dos Santos and Arlovsky can do in the ring. Arlovsky, I'm definitely curious about because I've seen him fight a lot. Like I said, he's a really damn good fighter. And
they have a lot of mileage on them because of all those fights they've been combined.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be fun to watch Dan Lambert take a couple of bumps. He's going to take some good, funny bumps, so everyone's going to get a good laugh, a good cheer. Inner Circle's probably going to come out of this one the winner.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just to see Swagger versus Arlovsky or Junior too. That's stare down.
Yeah, they're going to try to pull that shoot, fight, MMA shit again. We'll see what happens. We'll see.
Junior wrestled a little bit during one of the rampages. It was like that one of those 2 weeks where everything was like preempted and switched around. But he looked all right. He not saying much, but by comparison, he looked better than Cain Velasquez.
Well, there you go. Who got, people praised the shit out of that guy after his first match. Cain Velasquez.
Cain Velasquez looked all right in AAA, but that was home turf. But then his WWE run was kind of lackluster.
Well, when you're being told every little thing you do, I'm sure it doesn't help either when you're not used to that. So,
true.
Yeah. The guy's used to going into an MMA fight and fighting for money and protecting his fucking face from getting bashed in. And now they're like, okay, so here's what you're going to do. And he's like, oh, fuck. Okay. So, anyway, speaking of oh, fuck, Jamie Hayter versus Anna Jay. I'm not sure how that transitioned, but it did. Good little match here, actually. Not too bad. With help from Rebel and Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter gets the win. Those three jump Anna Jay. Tay Conti runs out, and she clears the ring. I like Tay Conti. She's a very, very beautiful girl. But she really needs to she whiffs punches. She misses by a mile. And it is obvious. It is obvious. It's too obvious.
Just for reference, I'm looking at, just to kind of, so I can remember the format properly, I'm looking at Forbes, because they have a rundown here on Forbes, which is just kind of bizarre. I know they've been covering wrestling for a couple of years now, but it's still just surreal to see wrestling covered on Forbes. But as you're saying this, I'm reading their summary on this, and it says Tay Conti came in to run off the heels, and unfortunately, it was quite sloppy.
Well, it was, man. She was down there trying to punch Britt Baker, and I mean, missing. At one
The
point,
fucking Shane McMahon punches.
worse. At one point, I swear to God, I think Britt Baker pulled her hand into her face at one point. Was like, "I'm not made of glass, God damn it."
I get injured all the time, but it's usually only a couple weeks. So I'll be all right. You can.
She's broken noses, and I mean, she got over with a fucked up knee. She got more over with a fucked up knee than she had been on the whole time in AEW. Eventually, they start taking out Tay Conti. They had to because she wasn't really punching anybody. It's really just made sense at that point. Thunder Rosa did come out, make the save though, which obviously they're working towards Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker, which I got no problems with that.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Probably going to be at Revolution.
Yeah, and now we don't have, I mean, we knew back then that, when they had, because, remember the last time they wrestled, obviously, Thunder Rosa was still tied to NWA at that point, right?
I believe so.
I think he was still the NWA champion.
Yeah, exactly. So
they had not made it official that she was a part of the roster at that point. I do know that for sure.
Oh, you have? Oh, exactly. So now she is. Now, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying be a much better match at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
So, and I believe right after that, MJF came out. And someone correct me if I'm wrong. Did Schiavone call him the big shithead?
He sure did. Yes, because it all transitioned. Because right after this, there was a Jade Cargill promo where she said she was going to win the TBS title and turned it into That Bitch Show. And Jim Ross said, "Good luck trying to market that." Just immediately fucking shit on her little catchphrase, which made me laugh. And then they were on TBS acronyms. And that's how we got Tony Schiavone in polished radio announcer voice going, "The big shithead."
Yeah, it worked. I'm like, did he just say what I think he said? I can't rewind, so I figured I would ask everyone here. And okay, he did say MJF, the big shithead. Okay, TBS, I get it. H, I'm not sure. You just added that to make it sound right. Could just call him the big shit, but that wouldn't sound right. That would make him a big guy. Darby was up in the cheap seats, of course. He just likes sitting up there.
That actually is announced that they mentioned that on the Forbes recap.
Really?
Yeah, they said Tony Schiavone hilariously used the TBS acronym to call MJF, quote, "that big shithead." I heard "the," so this is in dispute, but either way, shithead was said.
Okay, definitely. Wow, I'm really, I swear to God, I'm not following Forbes. I'm reading my notes. But, like I said, Darby up in the cheap seats, cheap sheets. MJF cuts a promo on Darby, which honestly, all that promo did was just put the crowd behind Darby even more. And I totally think MJF knew exactly what he was doing when he made that promo. He knew what he was doing. He was putting more, I don't know, babyface stink on Darby and more heat on himself. It's exactly what he did. I thought it was thought it was a pretty brilliant promo, to be honest with you. Like I said, the crowd was loving Darby even more after this promo. Darby was heading to the ring at one point after he said something. He did string more than 4 words together after MJF said that. MJF started walking up the ramp. Sting comes out, and he came out with a bunch of guys with those stupid faces on, and it was basically just to cause a distraction so Darby could get a hold of MJF, and they brawled. That was about it.
Mm-hmm.
It was a brawl. Darby, of course, they were both left standing, but Darby was in the ring on the ropes. And like I said, the crowd is definitely behind Darby. And it's not like they haven't been, not like they did some sudden turn, but like I said, MJF did his job tonight. He got the crowd behind the babyface, and he got heat on himself. I don't think you can do any better than that, in my opinion.
I think he did a good job selling the match.
I think so, too. And like I said, we still got another go-home show next week. So, man, what's going to happen next week? Makes you wonder. Makes you wonder.
I enjoy how they completely dropped the whole like masked assailant angle.
Oh, well, good.
Well, it didn't make any sense because it seemed like it was too obvious to be MJF, but they were all saying it was, and then it just completely forgot about it.
Well, some things are good to forget about. If it doesn't work, just back the fuck off. Don't try to make it. Don't force it down our fucking throats. You know, another company would do that one.
Perfect segue when you say force it down our throats, because the next
match is definitely Andrade El Idolo versus Cody Rhodes. You know, the boos continue. And to throw a little shout out to Christopher Kane in the chat room here, the boos continue, and Cody is just still sucking his own dick. As the official report from field correspondent Christopher Kane, Cody Rhodes is sucking his own dick again. Yes. Eyes rolling emoji. Yes, exactly. How do you get the emojis? I don't get the emojis.
I'm saying. I think you have to do it like on your phone because Dirt does them a lot, and I fucking have no idea how.
I don't either. Me neither.
I think you have to be on mobile.
I'm just going to keep my mouth shut in this one.
Well, dude, the guy did a bionic elbow awfully, by the way. Oh, yeah. It looked so bad. The bionic elbow itself didn't. The setup for it looked horrible and forced. And the crowd didn't even react like he thought he was going to get a big cheer out of it. You know, a little bit of your daddy. Yeah, the crowd couldn't give three shits more. They didn't care.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm not trying to shit on the guy. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing here.
No, I know. Yeah. I completely agree.
Yeah, but that bionic elbow
set
up.
Not over right now.
He's really not, and it's. I feel like they're pulling a Roman Reigns here with Cody. They're just going to force him down our throat as a babyface. And I really feel Cody is just not going to turn. He's going to be...
Apparently, Tony Khan was on The Observer today.
Of course he was.
I hadn't gotten a chance to... Well, yes, of course he was. I haven't gotten a chance to listen to it. But from what I was seeing, he said something along the lines of... Cody has gotten the intended response for the last couple of weeks. It's been a few weeks since Cody hasn't gotten the response that they were hoping he would get. So take that for whatever it's worth.
Oh, take that, put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Which, I mean, I guess the idea is that he's supposed to be a heel, but he's presenting himself as a face for whatever reason. Kind of like the whole, like when Kurt Angle first debuted and he was like the holier than thou guy and everybody hated him, but he thought that he was like the hero in his eyes. But this doesn't work because it's not that people want him to be a heel. It's that they don't care.
Right.
Like there's a whole big difference. Like there's heat and then there's go away heat, as people like to say.
Yeah. And I mean, this is at least take a break heat.
Yeah. Like you're not marketing him in an interesting way.
I'm not going to say this is go away. This is take a break heat. Go do season 2 of the big show or the huge big show.
Take a 6-month break.
6 months would be nice. 6 months would be nice.
Hey, yeah, go do some Dancing with the Stars.
I know the Miz was eliminated on Monday. Everybody was upset.
Everybody except for Miz.
Everybody was upset.
John Cena break.
He needs to take a little Cena break. You know what? Cody really needs... His best bet would be to just fade to the back a little bit. Start just doing
behind the scenes.
Yeah, do your production. Do your stuff. Go get a couple more tattoos to match that one that looks way out of place.
Come back. Maybe go against Elite.
Yeah, come back. Suck your own dick in the ring. There you go, Christopher Kane. And, we'll see what happens then. We'll see what happens. Take a break.
I think he should go up against the Elite, but not right now.
I like the take a break heat. I think that was a good one.
I call it the John Cena break.
Yeah, well, how long was it before we got that break? I mean, they fired the guy, and he was back the next week.
Mm-hmm.
The next week. I mean, Jesus, CM Punk left the title and was back the next week, too. Supposedly he was fired also. I mean, Jesus Christ, this company doesn't understand the words they use. Anyway, I'm probably enough shitting on Cody. I won't anymore because really there was nothing bad. To be completely honest, it was not a bad match. It was actually a good match. There was some good stuff in it. Arn putting in a little work against Andrade's assistant was good shit. Then Cody goes for a dive outside the ring. FTR is standing there with their belts. Andrade throws him back in and wins. Cody's getting a beat down, and I swear I wish they had let this go just a couple, like another minute longer, this Arn and Tully square up.
I was getting chills watching that.
That just would have been nice, just to let it simmer just another minute. But and I loved Jim Ross and Tony. Arn and Tully, Tully and Arn and Tully.
They somehow managed to phrase it 4 different ways for only 2 people. I don't know how they did it, but it was masterful.
It was great. I'm like, that was awesome. JR is seriously just DGF JR at this point. He don't give a fuck anymore, and I love it. I do. Luckily, the Lucha Brothers came out, and they took out FTR because they were about to jump Arn. But we almost got Tully and Arn, former horsemen, going at it.
That's it.
We just need Rick. Joking, people.
Talk about take a break heat. That guy. Yeah, we'll take a break heat, definitely. Okay, so I believe we had the main event here, and I gotta tell you, it's like 10 till when this main event came on. I was like, Jesus Christ, this is not gonna be a long match at all.
No.
Orange Cassidy versus Miro was the match. Whoever won this match was going to face Bryan Danielson on Rampage, right?
No, Full Gear.
Full Gear. I'm sorry. I don't know why I thought it was Rampage. But it's at Full Gear. Pretty much the match goes about the way you thought it would. You knew Orange Cassidy was going to get a little bit of offense in here. You knew Miro was going to end up wiping the floor with him, as he did. I really, like, I'm watching this match, and I'm like, this is about the way this match should go. Orange Cassidy gets a little offense in, gets the crowd behind him. Miro starts wiping the floor. Cassidy gets one more comeback. Miro wipes the floor. Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, you think Miro was the right choice to replace Smark?
Yeah, I think so. I do. I mean, Orange Cassidy, him and Bryan Danielson can have another match on any other show, anytime, for a Full Gear. Yeah, I think Miro was the better choice there.
Yeah.
Now, do you think Mox was supposed to win?
Do I think Mox what?
Was supposed to win.
Was supposed to win against Bryan at Full Gear.
Yeah, I think he might. Yeah, maybe. You know, that could have been the real start of the heel turn going right there.
See, I was thinking that he was going to end up losing. He loses to Orange Cassidy, and he just like kind of flips his shit. Where, you know, before he was a champion, and now he's losing to somebody who he perceives as a joke or whatever. You know, it writes itself.
Could have gone that way too. Unfortunately, we are not going to find out.
Nope.
We are not going to find out. But I think that's Rampage.
Who do you think wins?
Oh, Miro Danielson. That'd be a good one for Danielson, but does Danielson want to just put Miro over?
And this is Bryan's first pay-per-view, technically, right?
I think.
Well, it's his first pay-per-view, but he's also had 3 really high-level matches that he's won. They've gotten a lot of press and publicity. So, like, I feel I don't think they're going to have him lose on just like a random episode of Dynamite or Rampage. I feel like that first loss is going to have to be at a pay-per-view.
And I think if you're going to do it, Miro's the guy to put over to do it. The guy's a fucking beast. Danielson will definitely get his shit in there. It'll definitely be a hell of a match. But at this point, they're trying to get Miro over as this beast. And for him to lose to Danielson, I don't see it at this point.
And that's a perfect opponent for Page. His first defense.
Wouldn't be bad. Wouldn't be a bad one at all. Miro, yeah. I don't know. That put him up against a big guy right away.
Well, I mean, they didn't say when he was supposed to get the title shot. You know, when the person wins the tournament, when the title shot's going to be. So you could hold on to that for a minute.
Yeah, they could hold off until Revolution.
Yeah, they could. I guess we'll see what happens though. So, guys, I think that's it. I know Luke Birch just got here. Sorry to wrap up right when he gets here. I feel kind of shitty, but I gotta be up soon. So I'm gonna wrap it up. That's what we're going to do, which means I get this going, which means I can close this. Go ahead.
While you're doing that, last little bit of information, they announced my personal hero, Mr. Andrew Zarian of the Madman podcast, announced the first of 4 quarterly, that's how quarterly works, funny way vocabulary, the first quarterly special on TNT AEW is going to be doing in 2022 is set for January 8th, 2022. It's going to be Battle of the Belts.
Cool. That actually sounds like
it's going to be an hour-long special because they're moving on the 5th to TBS.
That's right. So they're going to be promoting the shit out of that when they're doing it. Good idea.
They're already starting. They were doing that a little bit during Dynamite.
Yeah, I noticed the announcers mentioned it a few times. Jim Ross got his little plugs in there. I saw that. I heard it, sir. Well, all right. I guess that means we wrap up, guys. Ugh, it's late. I'm tired. Let's wrap this bad boy up here. I'm going to hit the music. And Eric, go ahead and kick it off and tell them where they're finding you.
Everything Unscripted podcast on Everything Unscripted podcast on blogtalkradio.com/Everything Unscripted podcast. We do shows on Friday nights. This Friday we'll be doing Settle in the Ring. It'll be me, Doug, and Daniel's friend Sean. And then Saturday we'll be doing the Big Brother House Guest tier list. And then Sunday is Scaredy Cat. I'm not sure what movie. And then every Tuesday for NFL Hard Hits. Me, myself, and Lance and Stevie.
All right. There you go. And that's where you can find Eric over there on Everything Unscripted. And, of course, you guys got the high marks. You know where to find them. Mixer.com/Metal Mitt Network. That's right. There's 2 T's in Mitt. Do not forget when you type in Mixer.com/Metal Mitt Network. Find them 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It's Cheeseman, Mojo, and G-Wiz. That's Sunday nights. So check them out. And, of course, you got Bobby Anthem and the Bobby Blades. They are the Inhumans. They are the Inhuman Experience. Subscribe, binge listen, enjoy yourself. You will thank me. Maybe. You might not. Anyway, thanks to Stephen Milan, always out there sharing the show. Get him over there reviewing movies. Letterboxd, BOXD.com/Stephen Milan. He's over there reviewing movies. And don't forget, Hollywood Hangout, once again, back here, Saturday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Mixer.com/Hollywood-Hangout. And I'll be there. Not quite sure what I'm doing, but I'm really considering doing a music festival or concert. Once again, I want to do like a trial before I do Live Aid to see what it'll be like. So, considering it. I'll see what's going on. I'll see which one I'm going to look at. And there you go, folks. I think we're good. No, Smark, go.
That's it. Luke Birch in the chat would like to remind you that all you need is love. I would like to remind you that Mondays, 8:30 p.m., you can catch me, Luke Birch, G-Wiz, and Cheeseman on Cheese on Sports on the Metal Mid Podcast Network, on the Mixler Machine, and Sundays, 2:30 p.m., until I'm told different, the Mo Dirk City Machine Guns with Mojo and Dirk. And last but not least, be sure to check out our friends at Planet Raccoon Tour. It's the Planet Raccoon Tour podcast with Bobby Anthem, Papa Dave, Sincere, and Yuck Nasty. 16 episodes of Season 1 are available for you. Season 2 is rolling out as we speak, so be sure to subscribe.
There you go. All right, folks. That means me and Smark will be back here Wednesday. Eric will might be joining us. I don't know what he's doing. We'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, maybe next Wednesday.
All right. We'll see what's going on, everybody. And that's it. See you.
Later.
It's time to take your drunken ass home. It's all right. If you don't know what to do with yourself, take your drunken ass home.